chair of the Diabetes Caucus. Her daughter has type 1 diabetes, which she will tell us about, her daughter Francesca. With John Griffin, the chairman of the board of the American Diabetes Association, with Congresswoman Debbie Watkins-Schultz, herself a breast cancer survivor and a fighter for these health issues, Mary Andrus, assistant vice president of Easter Seals, and again, others, Sue Nelson, Vice President of the Federal Advocacy of the American Heart Association, and Christine Brunswick, the Vice President of NBCC, the Director of the DC Chapter of the National Breast Cancer Caucus. Made history and made progress for the American people by passing the Affordable Health Care Act. For Americans living or born with a disability, whether diabetes or cancer, heart condition or autism, you name it, we ensured that your doctor will be there when you get sick, you'll be covered, and no insurance company bureaucrat can take away from you or limit your medical choices. With the landmark legislation, which we're very proud of, we enacted a Patient's Bill of Rights, and millions of Americans are seeing the benefits. Today, because of this law, no longer can insurance companies deny coverage to children with a pre-existing condition like juvenile diabetes or leukemia or asthma. Soon, insurers will not be able to discriminate against the 129 million Americans of all ages living with a pre-existing condition. It's quite remarkable. In our Patient's Bill of Rights, in this bill, we eliminated lifetime caps on health plans and ended days when insurance companies could drop someone because they were sick. That's not what insurance is. Insurance is in case you get sick. And for anyone with a relative or friend diagnosed with any illness or disease, limits or low-cost coverage are the last things they deserve. This affects the family. Already young people are able to stay on their parents' insurance policy. That is, if the parents and the children agree to that. And that's very, very popular. They can stay until they're 26 years old. Seniors are getting help with prescription drug bills, and small businesses are benefiting from
Pelosi. And I really want to thank all of my buddies who are here. You can tell who they are. They're all wearing the red shirts. And in particular, I want to thank Steve Behringer, who's here. He's my constituent, and I've worked very, very hard with him for many years on many different issues. But the people I really want to thank the most are the young people who are here who have type 1 diabetes. I see you guys in the audience. You are the best lobbyists that we have on these issues. And all of the members up here will agree that you guys are the best lobbyists. So thank you for coming here. So you heard the leader say it. The one-year anniversary of the Affordable Health Care Act is coming up. And there are so many provisions in this bill that are beginning to help American families right now. But one of the reasons why this bill was so important to me and why I used my position to make sure that we could pass it and that some of the provisions would start to take effect right away is because I know how important it is for America's families that insurance companies cannot discriminate against patients on the basis of a pre-existing condition. And when you hear stories like the story Leader Pelosi told about a young child being in surgery and right then the insurance is denied, it's almost unbelievable to most people. But if, like me and all of you, you have a child with a serious medical condition and a pre-existing condition, you know that these kind of decisions up until now have happened on a regular basis. I have spent, and I'll just tell you my personal situation. My daughter Francesca was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was 4 years old. I'm sure this has happened with some of you who are here today too. We had no knowledge of any family history of diabetes. Suddenly, she had all the symptoms. We were at the emergency room, and this road began for us. And aside from all the worries as a parent that you have in the middle of the night, is your kid okay? The long-term worries that you have for your kid, up until now, American families with diabetic children have had to worry, will I have the insurance coverage that I need to make sure that my child has the health care that they need? And if I do have that, will I get somehow thrown off of the insurance if I change jobs, if I lose my job? And I think about that, I get rehired every 2 years. So I think about, if my constituents, Steve didn't rehire me, what would happen? To Francesca, forget about me. What would happen to Francesca if I changed my job? And that's what we worry about. The other thing we worry about is what will happen with the lifetime caps, because it's an expensive and a chronic disease to treat. So because of